What is our innate goodness? This sacred name, Amitabha Buddha, is none other than our true nature, our original pure mind. It is what our ancient sages described as the innate goodness of our true nature. As the saying goes, at the beginning of life, human nature is inherently good. What is this innate goodness? It is precisely contained within this one name, Amitabha Buddha. At the higher levels are Bodhisattvas, Pratyeka Buddhas, solitary enlightened ones, Shravakas, voice hearers. Below them are the 6 realms of cyclic existence. Together, they are called the 9 Dharma realms. We are taught to practice name recitation, reciting the Buddha's name. That name is Namo Amitabha Buddha. Reciting just Amitabha Buddha is also perfectly acceptable. Both forms are valid. Namo means to take refuge, to entrust one's life, and to show reverence. The Buddha's actual name consists of Amitabha Buddha. When we recite earnestly with a sincere heart, with a pure mind, with reverence and respect, such mindfulness helps us transform evil into good delusion, into awakening, and the ordinary into the sacred. Its merits are truly immeasurable. Let us ask, is there any Buddha who is not infinite awakening? Every Buddha is infinite awakening. In other words, this sacred name is the universal name, the collective name for all Buddhas of the 10 directions and 3 periods of times, past, present, and future. When we recite this one name, we are reciting the names of all Buddhas throughout space and time, without missing even a single one. Even an equal enlightenment bodhisattva of equal awakening, cannot yet be called supreme, because there remains a subtle trace of beginningless ignorance and habitual afflictions that has not been fully eliminated. Only when this final trace is completely severed can it be called supreme bodhi, unsurpassed perfect enlightenment. At that stage, it is called wondrous enlightenment, miaojue, no longer equal enlightenment. At this point, both the body and the land are fully merged into the realm of eternal stillness and light. As long as we recite sincerely with a heart of honesty, with a pure and undistracted mind, and with deep respect, this is called right mindfulness. Among all the teachings delivered by Shakyamuni Buddha over 49 years, the Infinite Life Sutra stands out as the most extraordinary, unique, and sublime. It encompasses the most brilliant and essential aspects of the Buddha's entire teachings. By studying this sutra, we have received the most refined and profound essence of the Buddha's 49 years of discourses. In the future, when we attain Buddhahood, we too will embody infinite awakening. Thus, infinite awakening is the fruition, the perfected virtue of a Buddha. Today, we rely on this fruition. We take this result as our causal mind. You see, taking the result as the cause and effect arise simultaneously. Starting from the fruition to cultivate, practice, and attainment occur at the same time. Reciting the name Amitabha Buddha is itself the realization of Buddhahood. Buddha is Amitabha. Amitabha is Buddhahood. The Infinite Life Sutra is revered as the most extraordinary and supreme teaching delivered by Shakyamuni Buddha. It embodies the ultimate path of the one vehicle, Ekayana, guiding beings directly toward Buddhahood. This sutra elucidates a swift and assured method to attain enlightenment, a concept so profound and unparalleled that it is often deemed the Dharma that is difficult to believe. Such exceptional and supreme teachings are rare and beyond conventional understanding, leading many to question their plausibility. Yet it is precisely this unparalleled nature that underscores its significance. What does this sacred name mean? The characters Amitabha Buddha are all transliterated from Sanskrit. In Chinese translation, A means without mitaba, means measure, and Buddha means awakening. So it's not that it cannot be translated. It can. Then why not translate it? Out of deep respect, we choose not to translate it. The full meaning is infinite awakening. According to the sutras, how long does it truly take to attain rebirth in the Western Pure Land? In the Amitabha Sutra, it says 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Some people can succeed in just 1 day, others in 2 or 3 days. The sutra continues up to the 6th day and then mentions the 7th. But the 7th day is not meant as a literal number. It represents completeness and perfect fulfillment. Today, we are sentient beings living in the defiled world of the five turbidities. Shakyamuni Buddha himself attained enlightenment. He achieved Buddhahood through this very method, reciting the Buddha's name to become a Buddha. Now, he has passed down to us the very method he used to attain Buddhahood. Thus, this Dharma door is the realm practiced by all Buddhas. The Contemplation Sutra, Contemplation of Infinite Life Sutra, focuses on just two essential matters. The first is the principle. What is the theoretical foundation for attaining Buddhahood through the recitation of Amitabha Buddha's name? The second is the method. How can one be reborn in the Western Pure Land? The Infinite Life Sutra is the fundamental guiding scripture of the Pure Land school. It is a perfect and complete teaching expressed by Amitabha Buddha in accordance with his true nature. It is entirely in harmony with the self-nature. Every word and every sentence of this sutra flows directly from the self-nature, a teaching of complete fulfillment. The Infinite Life Sutra serves as an overview, a detailed introduction to every aspect of the land of ultimate bliss. Before Buddhism came to China, our ancestors had already affirmed it. Even before Buddhism arrived in China, our ancient sages had already affirmed the truth that our original nature is inherently good. That very original goodness is the true mind, the same truth taught in Buddhism as this mind is Buddha. The mind that is Buddha is originally good. Enter deeply into one path and cultivate it over a long period of time. We set aside all other sutras and focus solely on one. Not only do we continuously seek understanding through study, but our actual practice greatly supports that understanding. When we truly commit to this, it helps us personally realize the meaning. Even the profound and subtle teachings within the sutras can be grasped and experienced from within. We can awaken to the meaning on our own. There is no need to rely on others to explain it. The adornments of the 10 Dharma realms, both proper and dependent, whether we become Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, or remain as sentient beings, as humans, animals, hungry ghosts, or otherwise, are all determined by ourselves. From the perspective of cause, every seed for the 10 Dharma realms already exists within the alaya consciousness, storehouse consciousness. Not a single one is missing. All causes for the 10 realms are already fully present as seeds within the alaya. Today, we can choose which seed we wish to take root, grow, blossom, and bear fruit. This choice is entirely up to us. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas merely serve as supporting conditions, adjuvants, to help us. So it is said, the Buddha does not save sentient beings. Sentient beings save themselves. How does one become a Buddha? It is by self-effort. The Buddha simply shows us the path to Buddhahood. If we are willing to walk it, then one day we will arrive. This is the Bodhisattva path. That is the Sharavaka path. Another is the Pratyeka Buddha path. And within the 6 realms, which one leads to the heavens? Which one leads to the human world? Which one leads to the animal realm, the hells, or the hungry ghost realm? It is we ourselves who walk these paths. No one else chooses for us. The power of choice rests entirely in our own hands. The Buddha has clearly shown us all 10 paths. Once we understand them, which path we follow is fully our own decision and our own responsibility. Faith, aspiration, and name recitation is the great path to rebirth in the Western Pure Land, where we will see Amitabha Buddha and attain Buddhahood. If we can hold firmly to these 4 characters, faith, aspiration, name recitation, and never waver throughout our lives, then like Elder Master Haitian, we will surely attain Buddhahood without the slightest doubt. With sincerity and steady effort, the principles taught in the sutras gradually become part of how we think. The guidance and lessons within the texts naturally reveal themselves in the way we live and act. As these teachings take root in both our minds and daily conduct, they bring deep and lasting benefit. Top grade 10 virtues lead to the heavenly realm, mid-grade 10 virtues lead to the human realm, low-grade 10 virtues lead to the asura realm. Within the practice of the 10 virtuous deeds, there are no deeply rooted unwholesome habits like those found in the asura realm, such as greed, anger, ignorance, and arrogance. That is why it is referred to as the mid-grade, the Lord of the Trayastrimsha heaven, the great Brahma king, and even Maheshvara, king of the heaven of great freedom. These beings represent the peak of wealth, power, and blessings within the 6 realms of the Saha world. No one surpasses them in worldly status. Yet, when compared to even the lowest grade bodhisattvas, reborn in the Western Pure Land, they fall far behind. In wisdom, in cultivation, in spiritual powers, they cannot measure up to the bodhisattvas of the Pure Land. Moreover, it is actually easier to be reborn in the Pure Land than to be reborn in the heavens. Just look at the conditions: faith, aspiration, and mindful recitation of Amitabha's name, and that's enough. By contrast, to be reborn in the heavenly realms, faith and reciting the Buddha's name are not sufficient. One must cut off evil and cultivate goodness perfect, the upper grade of the 10 virtuous deeds: pure thoughts, pure speech, pure conduct. Only then can one reach the heavens. As our Chinese ancestors often said, those who live by the principles of the 5 human relationships, the 5 constants, the 4 social bonds, and the 8 virtues, and truly cultivate them with diligence, scoring 80 or 90 out of 100, can be reborn in the heavenly realms. A score of 50 or 60 won't do. That's for the human realm. Only those with 80 or 90 reach the heavens. But Amitabha, Buddha's ocean of one vehicle, vows. The 48 great vows belong to the one Buddha vehicle, the path to Buddhahood. These vows are designed to help us become Buddhas. Amitabha Buddha's compassion and kindness toward us is immeasurable. By practicing according to this sutra, by encouraging others to do the same, by simply holding fast to the Buddha's name, just as lay master Xia Lianju said, we can resolve present-day calamities by aligning our minds with the Buddha's mind. Ordinary people who refrain from wrongdoing and cultivate good deeds, who accumulate merit and virtue, most of them, 7 or 8 out of 10, are reborn in the Trayastrimsha heaven, which the Chinese call the heavenly realm of the Jade Emperor. Those who go there enjoy great blessings. All pleasures are at their command and their lifespans are long. One day in the Trayastrimsha heaven equals 100 years in our human world. That heaven also has 365 days in a year, and its beings live for 1,000 heavenly years, an incredibly long life by earthly standards. So many cultivators aspire to be reborn in the heavens. They admire the heavens and often seek to go there. But now the Buddha tells us, yes, the heavenly realms are wonderful, but they are not ultimate. No matter how long the lifespan, it still comes to an end. When that time comes, what then? There is no way to ascend further, only the possibility of falling. Out of great compassion, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas introduce us to the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. That world is entirely good, without a trace of evil. All who dwell there are Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. If we are reborn in the Pure Land, even at the lowest level, Amitabha Buddha's 48 vows tell us that we will still attain the state of a non-retrogressing Bodhisattva, Avaivartika, a high-level Bodhisattva of the Dharma body. In Chinese terms, this is a Bodhisattva who never falls back. We must remember this opportunity is rare and difficult to encounter. We absolutely must not let it pass us by. To set an example for others. To set an example means to present the best model for everyone to see the true appearance of wisdom, the appearance of liberation, the appearance of joy, a reflection of the land of ultimate bliss. It is to become a role model that inspires others so that people may develop faith in this Dharma path, faith in this sutra. With joy in their hearts, they will willingly follow this method of cultivation, perfecting themselves and helping all sentient beings reach fulfillment as well, thus fulfilling Amitabha Buddha's great vow to deliver all beings. The Asura realm is described as practicing the low grade of the 10 virtuous deeds. But why is that so? To be honest, Asuras, like heavenly beings, also practice the upper grade of the 10 virtuous deeds. Some Asuras are even born into the heavens. So why aren't they said to practice the middle grade, but instead labeled as low grade? It's because, although they practice good deeds, they do so with a heart full of arrogance, competitiveness, jealousy, and resentment. If things go against their wishes, they feel hatred and even seek revenge. So in reality, their seemingly virtuous actions are mixed with defilements and unwholesome thoughts. That is why they are said to be practicing low-grade 10 virtuous deeds. To be of one mind and one vow with Amitabha Buddha, to walk the same path and embody the same virtues. When the inner problems are resolved, outer disasters naturally dissolve. Now, as we recite Amitabha Buddha aspiring for rebirth in the land of ultimate bliss, this is truly the mind becomes Buddha. I am originally a Buddha and now I seek to become a Buddha. How could I not succeed? The principle has been clearly explained to us in a way that leaves no doubt or confusion. The instant a thought arises in our mind, Amitabha Buddha is aware of it. The moment we give rise to aspiration, the Buddha knows and we immediately receive the support of the Buddha's power. The Bodhisattvas know as well, as long as we truly understand, gain clarity, develop genuine faith and earnest aspiration, and single-mindedly recite Amitabha Buddha's name, we will receive the blessings and support of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The true nature of sentient beings and Buddhas is one and the same. Why are we able to attain rebirth in the Pure Land? Why can we so quickly achieve Buddhahood? It is because our true nature is originally that of a Buddha. We have simply become deluded, unaware of our own nature, and have forgotten who we truly are. The compiled version of the sutra lay Buddhist Master Sha Lianju devoted 10 years of his life to compiling this version of the sutra. He once said 2 important lines: "In this troubled world, nothing is better than reciting the Buddha's name. In this lifetime, I was born solely for the Great Sutra." From this, we can clearly see his purpose in coming to this world. It was to compile this sutra. That was his mission. Lay Buddhist Master Huang Nianzu also came with a mission to write a commentary on this sutra. He spent 6 full years on it, a total of 6 years of dedicated effort. Master Lianju compiled the sutra, and Master Huang Nianzu compiled the commentary. We place deep faith in both of them. We have no doubts, only unwavering belief. With this faith, we delve deeper and deeper into the sutra, reading and studying it again and again in search of true understanding. This mind is Buddha. This mind becomes Buddha. With this understanding, we no longer doubt. This mind is the true mind, and the true mind exists within each and every one of us. Starting today, let us apply ourselves with sincerity and diligence. May we within a year also experience inconceivable responses. We should make a vow to become Amitabha Buddha's foremost disciple. Only then can we truly repay his boundless grace.